We had to bring it back, right? We cannot possibly end this series less than 20 episodes in, can we? I don't really think we can. Like I mentioned at the end of the last episode, I was kind of thinking, okay, new franchises will start after a, end of season update that I'm able to put together. We got a little bit of time. There's some other ideas, like I said, in the works, but we're very close to the end of the NHL season, so why not see what this team can do over the next few years? I mentioned this on the most recent episode of the Tukey Steak podcast. Hey, cheap plug there. For the YouTube side of things, of course, it's out if you want to watch it in video form. You can listen to it wherever podcasts can be heard. We were asked a question about, what are your, most, memorable franchise modes? And for me, something I always bring up is rebuilding Hockeytown, because that is one of the few series that we've had where we have gone all out season after season after season. Man, that must have been 70 some odd episodes, if not more, where we were really, trying to just see how many cups we could win. And since then, I haven't done too many series like that, because it typically is like a draft to glory style. It's about the build to get there. Jesus H, what a crazy amount of goals. It's always about, the build to get there. And once you reach that mountaintop, okay, cool, let's go find a new mountain to climb. Maybe this is the team where we finally go back and say, maybe we just keep trying to stay atop the mountain for as long as we possibly can. So that is indeed, at least today, is going to be the start of us attempting to do that as Alex Ovechkin becomes a head coach. Interesting. We'll have to really kind of keep an eye out on that, perhaps, if he has a good rating. So we get to this draft. Now, Detroit's trading that number. Oh, my God. If we move Robertson, if we move someone like Robertson, keep ADB, even though we were planning on getting rid of him. If we send Jason Robertson to Detroit for the first overall pick, that would be one hell of a deal. Honestly, I wasn't sure if I was going to try to trade Robertson. Do we know if there's a franchise level player in the draft? Okay, it's a bunch of elites, but still. Really quickly. Okay, A's across the board for Crab. Crease Crasher. Confirmed no contest on a defender. Elliott, we don't know for sure. Another unconfirmed Crease Crasher. I don't know. It'd be the only way to trade back up. I have less than 2 minutes, essentially, because they make that choice. I still think Robertson going is the proper decision. I still want to run this team the same way. We know our top two centers are good. We know that Ness needs to move up into that top six. And obviously we can't, granted he's there, but arguably top line. And then right-hand side, Vanainen, Lukowicz. And we know Robertson's going to cost $13, $14 million this year. I think we let that be Detroit's problem, personally. The AI is bad enough at managing their team. Is there any way, value-wise, that I can make this work? Do you have... I should have looked at expiring contracts. Okay, I don't know if I can pull this off in time, but we're going to explore it. Do you have anybody that kind of sucks on a one-year deal? Older players, anybody. There we go, Alex Killorn. They'd be over the maximum cap. Shit. I mean, I had a feeling, but I was hoping for the offseason that it wouldn't matter. Andrew Kopp is perfect. Joe Veleno is kind of perfect. Will that go through? No, it will not. Not really surprising. We do have other pieces, including our own first, that could go through. And again, all of this kind of younger talent. What about Edward Sale? Just because I don't know if he's going to make it. Will that go through? No, it will not. What if we take Sale out? What do we go? Oh, shit, that's right. We already don't have our own first-round pick. I have to use prospects. Goalies, we have 40 seconds. I don't think we're going to be able to pull this off. What about Commodore? Commodore? Okay, that doesn't go through. Defenders. What about, I want to get rid of Beach. He's too good. What about Scrashchinch as well? Still no, quite far off. I don't think we're going to be able to pull this off. I don't think we are. What about... we get Sale back in there. Will that go through? Still no. I don't think we can do it. Okay. Well, hey, it was It was worth a shot now, wasn't it? What if we also add in Barlow? It's not going to happen in time. It's just not going to happen. What if I try to cheese it by retaining a little bit? Will that go through? No. So, Detroit, willing to trade the pick. We just simply didn't have time or really the assets to pull it off. And given who they took first overall, maybe we made the right choice. Who's to say? Maybe we did. I do need to double check with Robertson. If we were to shop him, nobody wants him. We have to get something for him. Or I just make the decision to move on from our strategy. But again, I really don't want to. Like, I want to make the most out of Vanainen, out of Lukowicz. Alex DeBrincat, I mean, he's already locked up for 5 more years. And holy hell, we do not win the Stanley Cup without him. You know, we bring on Robertson as a 1-year mercenary, avoid paying him a gigantic contract to win a cup, and then still have all these young guys to build around. Jason Robertson's got to go. Is there anybody else who wants to trade a pick in this draft? Jesus. Okay, Florida at 16. Is there anybody available at that point? Not that I want to trade him necessarily. Well, actually, Florida Eastern Conference wouldn't be that bad. Wouldn't be that bad. Marlowe's not looking that good. Goldman, we don't know for sure. I don't know if there's going to be a great steal later on in this draft around the time that pick comes down the pipeline. There is Marty Austin. Oh, baby. We're going to have to keep an eye on that guy. Around pick number 31. Again, we don't have our own first. So really, any pick later on, and we just take Marty Austin. Let's talk to Florida. Number 19, I didn't see who it was, but they're willing to make a move. What is the value? I mean, honestly, that's about the value of it. Okay. Who else was there? Who was number 19? I think it was Colorado. It is Colorado. Yeah, Columbus, Buffalo. Okay, an Eastern Conference team. Montreal, it's too close. Let's talk to the Rangers and the Lightning. Rangers preferably, because that pick will technically be lower value, even though we are going to get something back. Here's the issue with the Rangers. They're already screwed. They already do not have the cap to sign people. Not even close. Tampa, are you any worse off? Cap-wise, they got a little bit of space. What about your deals? Highest overall guys. I mean, Kucherov. Robertson would essentially be replacing Nikita Kucherov. Unless Kucherov signs a lower deal. Let's go talk to Tampa. Yeah, I don't know. Robertson, for one of those guys, makes a lot of sense, but there also wasn't this like slam dunk choice of, oh my God, do whatever we have to do. So shout out to Jason Robertson. We don't even know if Tampa will sign him. I can retain 50%. We might even have to take back the contract of Nikita Kucherov, even though it is expiring. And of course, we'll just pretty much let him go. It would just be a transactional option, but we retain 50%. Well, maybe not. On Robertson. And it looks like we can add a little bit more to this deal. I would love Nico Hutanen. What about their second? Another second next? I'm just gonna safety net this bad boy. Are the Lightning willing to do this for Jason Robertson? No. What about removing a third? What about removing 2/3? I mean, they seem pretty adamant that Robertson's not the right fit. Yeah, they're just not going to do it. Okay. I mean, hey, smart. Relatively smart. Can't complain about the AI actually having some logic. That's fine. We can find another suitor. Buffalo or Columbus. Let's see if we can get him over to Buffalo and see what the deal is. They do have a Jack Quinn contract, a Waters contract, a Peyton Krebs contract. They'd be boned. They'd be absolutely boned. Columbus has Kent Johnson to pay already. Oh, man. They couldn't even pay Corson Kuhlmans or Kirill Marchenko either. Is there any team, even Dallas, I would actually risk sending him back to Dallas, but I mean, what deal would we even take? I mean, Sagan's deal is up. Again, they still spent money on Anders Lee, but the Sagan deal is up for Dallas. They have our picks, of course. What if we reacquire said picks? They'd be over the cap. Oh my God, they'd be technically way over the cap. So I'll retain 50% and probably take back the deal of Tyler Seguin. I hope San Jose doesn't make this pick soon. I should have simmed their choice before trying this. And I also didn't think the attempted trade of Jason Robertson's signing rights would take this long. But what about those 2 picks? And honestly, just safety net the shat out of it. Get back as much as we can. That is rejected. Take off a 3rd. And that is accepted. So Jason Robertson, thank you very much for being a 1-year rental. We will sim the San Jose pick. 3rd overall. They take leave. Oh, yeah, we made the right choice to not trade up. Wasn't even necessarily a choice. So Rangers, Lightning, Sabres. Let's see what we can do here to trade up in this draft. Lightning want Halton and Del Mastro, Sale Del Mastro, Korchinski, Panayi. I might have to manually do this myself. Let's go to the New York Rangers. What would you want? Open block. Scrastinch, a 3rd, and Vinny. That's not bad. And we keep a 1st-round pick. We looked at Scrastinch, and we're tempted to try to trade him. The only issue, of course, is we give up Emil Vinny, who is very, very good, and honestly should be our backup this year. Instead of Vinny, can I interest you in somebody else? Can I interest you in just a whole bunch of goalies? Because what's better than 1 good goalie? 3 okay goalies. Thank you very much. All right, so we have moved up. We know we're going after that low elite. Jason Robertson back to Dallas. He is their issue to sort out, and we are taking Marty Austin with this pick. I just want to see if there's anybody else that maybe had abilities. I mean, there's a faster way to check. So you got Chance, my favorite type of leg wear. That's a joke. I just love the term Chance. Rowan Hill. We do not know for sure how good he is. Hello, Tyrone Burkholtz. We love our low elites. We do. There's also Leonard James, who could be half decent. Anybody else? I mean, the medium top 6s, but I'm not too worried about them. Vesa Pettersson, we do not know for sure. Anybody else who wants to be half decent? Mitch May, son of Brad. Not too much else, so we'll do our damage pretty much here as a goalie later on, and Reed Gormley. We will do our damage in the early stages of this draft. There are these guys who could be low elites. We just don't know for sure. So with the 25th pick, and again, keep in mind, we still now have the 32nd back. With the 25th pick, we will be taking North Bay Battalion's Marty Austin, who is a 65 overall low elites with skilled up, which is the worst ability for any AI to have because the AI do not do the Michigan. He does have tape to tape all alone. It's tricky. I mean, he is literally OHL Trevor Zegras. Look at those abilities. He is just all about skilling it up, literally, with the skilled up abilities. So that's hilarious. And from there, the 32nd pick, I mean, yeah, Jesus, he's in a different class than anybody else. From there, the 32nd pick, we technically need the 40th. We could just take that dude early instead of trading down and then having to trade up again. Let's just do that. Let's not waste too much more time. And we're going to take from the Acadie Bathurst Titan, Tyrone Bierkoltz, and hope that he also has that ability. And does he? The answer is 62 low elite. Hell yeah. Wow, shot blocker. He's got Ice Pack. Ice Pack as a gold. With tape to tape, stick him up, quick pick, no contest, and elite edges. He's Mark Stone. He's literally a regen of Mark Stone. As in, he'll never win the Selkie like he should, but holy hell, what a player. That's amazing. And from there, the 48th pick, we take that goalie. Pretty straightforward, right? Gormley, it's a little bit early, but why mess around? Reed Gormley, 47 overall, low elites, but at least we get him into the system. And from there, we actually did have another second round pick. I don't know if they're, maybe we screwed up there. Maybe we did. I kind of forgot. We could have taken like Beakoff if we knew about him. I mean, Nordgren. Whatever, it is what it is. So from here, again, there are a couple of players that we could maybe take. There are more goalies in this draft, and then you get into the 2-bar confirmation. Maybe they're good, maybe they're not. There are more likely low elites later on in the draft. Let's see, the 56th pick. Our next pick is when? 64. Wait, what? Excuse me? Oh, we're 56 and 64. Okay, Jesus, yeah. I guess we do have our second round pick back. Okay, let's trade down. If the next guy we want's at 90, let's trade down with these 2 picks. Meant to go to Trade Finder there. But yeah, we have all the cap room in the world right now, which is good because we're going to need it. Let's trade away the second round pick previously of Nashville. 3rd and a 5th, 3rd and a 4th from Boston. Particularly next year, a 62nd, and we'd pick up a 7th. We're still looking at Boston for the 3rd and the 4th. 3rd and the 4th from the Islanders. We'll be taking that Bruins deal of a 3rd and a 4th. Why not? And whoops, gonna love hitting the wrong button there. Let's also trade our next pick. 64th, that's a 5th and a 6th. That's an incredibly low offer. 3rd and a 7th. 3rd and a 7th isn't too bad. Do we have anything better than that? 3rd and a 5th from Edmonton. Can anything beat a 3rd and a 5th? The answer is no. We go back to Ed Money and make that trade. There we go. So 2 third-rounders now. We get some decent little value there. Let's see. With this pick, it's going to be that guy who was projected 90th. The goaltender, Guillermo Erskine. He is an overager, but hey, trade value for the Norwegian. 57 overall. And then with the 94th pick, trade it down. Trade it down, or we go for one of these guys, I guess. I'm biased and tempted to go with old Timo Peltola. But we can go for the defender. He might have edges. He might. Let's go for Matti Kontanen. Hey, there we go. Terribly low overall, but not bad. Yeah, can they make drafting more difficult? We have the final pick of the 4th round. I don't think anybody I was looking at are gone. I don't think so. So Mika Santala, another goaltender, is the pick. He was also a medium elite. Jesus. 58 overall for him. My God. Pick number 192, which is the final pick of the 6th round. We will be going for, let's go for those low elites. So let's go for, and again, their ranking very low, so they might not be this good, but Richard Stechkal. Are you going to be any good? The answer is yes, he is also elite. 49 overall, no ability, but still hilarious. And that is it, unless we trade. I'm going to talk to the Shacks really quickly because there is that one extra prospect that we would like. And for you, how would you like, not necessarily our draft pick next year, I took the signing rights to Semyon Varlamov after what he accomplished. Because I'd love for him to be our back-end next year, but Vinny. So Varley to San Jose, no. You want Jordan Binnington too? I mean, apparently you do actually want Jordan Binnington. How about just Binnington? Your scout's assessment of what we want, but you literally want Jordan Binnington. This fucking game. Oh my God. Fine. 7th round pick so far down the road that I don't give a fuck anymore. There we go. You don't even get Binnington. You lose. Good day, sir. We're going to take Davis Kreider. There is no fucking way he's going to be good. There's not a chance in hell. Yeah, he's a low 4, 46 overall. His projection was so low. Once it gets that low, they never end up being what they are. But that was a pretty insane draft. And look, I get it. We move on from Jason Robertson, but I still think we did pretty well. We're going to have a lot of things to change staff-wise, which isn't necessarily surprising. Comesso will be qualified. We are going to drop Binnington and Varlamov. Jesper Vikman as well. I don't know, because Santala could be brought over, or we could leave him unsigned. Let's keep Vikman around as the third goalie. Why not? We'll qualify him too. Defensively, oh yes. So Vorobyev, who I think we already pointed out was a low elite. Kevin Korchinski, Ethan Del Mastro, Krutil as well. Samorukov, Scandella can go. We actually don't even have that many defensemen. Jesus. On the right-hand side, Tom Wilson, we'll be letting him go. He didn't do much for us in the playoffs at all. On the left, yeah, Ness is going to need a big-time contract. We'll hold on to Gavin Hayes, Connor Roulette, Samuel Savoy. Antela, you are not going to be signed because you are not very good. And then down the middle, oh boy, Adam Fantilli, Kasper Halttunen. You got Green and Paul Ludwinski, who may have secured that fourth line center spot. A lot of these guys that we just don't want to drop for nothing. But $50 million in cap space is pretty damn outrageous. And I mean, again, we're letting go of a lot of veterans. Comes down to the RFAs. Drew Comesso, thankfully, does not want that much. This will be it for him, though, in terms of contract. Again, because he's a creative player, we don't have the appropriate amount of contract control. Vorobyev, who does not want to re-sign. Yeah, we're gonna have to tinker with this a little bit. Let's see what we can do. Drew Comesso, let's just get this contract sorted. Bringing you back for a 1-year deal doesn't really help us. We'll go 2 years. I didn't see if he wanted to re-sign or not. He does, so we can go just under $3 million, get ourselves a nice little discount, which means if we choose to trade him because his contract's better, we'll get more back. Defensively, Vorobyev is not likely to accept the 85% trick, especially because it'll drop it down to $5.4 million. We are still going to try, however. Kevin Korchinski, good for the second pair. A 3-year deal for you. 85% is $395, which is quite the discount for the former Seattle Thunderbird. Ethan Del Mastro, thankfully, doesn't even want that much, even though he played, a pretty big part in helping us get that, third pair sorted out. Even Krutil, 1 year left in terms of contract. All right, Ness, this is going to be a rough one. Yeah, so 4 years to still have him as an RFA as the deal expires. 85% brings that down to 8,975. That's honestly pretty decent. That is pretty decent for him, all things considered. Gavin Hayes, let's try to sort your deal out too. I don't know if he'll be on the roster all that much longer. We're going to go 1 million even for you. Roulette and Savoy have to be minor leaguers. Adam Fantilli, yeah. 2 years left as an RFA. Oh boy. And then we got to pay him the big bucks. 10.75 is realistically the cheapest that he could possibly accept. Halttunen does not want to come back, but he's an RFA, so he has no choice. 2,675 would be the cheapest we could get him. Let's take a look at Green. 1 year left at $800K. That's perfectly fine. Ludwinski. 3 years left for Paul Ludwinski. If he plays like he did in the playoffs, Ludwinski on 9.75 for the next 3 years is a steal. Let's see what we have. Ness says yes. So does Hayes, Ludwinski, Del Mastro, Fantilli. I had a feeling would say no. Same for Drew Comesso. Korchinski's back, as is Halttunen, Krutil, and Vorobyev. So we are down to Comesso and Fantilli with $32 million to go. So Comesso, again, it was a 2 year deal at 3.5. I will just give him what he's asking for. And then Fantilli, again, a 2-year deal. You could argue just sign him to the 6 because of how much more expensive he could be if he continues to develop. And that's not a terrible idea. I do want to try $11 million over the 2 years, though, and kind of see what we're dealing with. So he also said no, while Comesso, or he again said no, while Comesso did sign. So Fantilli is proving to be a little bit difficult. He wants that term, and he wants to get paid right now. Why not the full 8 years, buddy? Why not? It would be at just over $12 million, which is a huge amount. But if he'll take it, then I'll accept it. And he also said no. So we're going to let Adam Fantilli go to free agency. I'm sure he'll be back. I'll handle some of the coaching staff as well and stuff like that. And then we'll be back next time. Free agency, the start perhaps of a new season. But Jason Robertson's gone. I'm sure that will be a universally praised move.